Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Welcome to class. Today we are going to talk about an eminent social linguist, William Bright, and his work, his contribution to shaping of the discipline of social linguistics. William Bright is known for his groundbreaking work in Native American languages and South Asian languages. He was an American linguist, and he is credited with creating enormous reference material, books and monographs, dictionaries for Native American languages, specifically languages in California. So today we'll talk about William Bright and his work. William Bright was born on 13th August 1928 and died on 15th October 2006. He is an American linguist, a descriptive linguist, and a typonymist who specialized in Native American languages and South Asian languages. It's with a specific reference to language, the Dravidian languages, and a language called Lushai, which is Mizo in Mizoram, India. Bright got his bachelor's degree in 1949 and his PhD in linguistics in 1955 from the University of California, Berkeley. He was appointed as a professor of linguistics and anthropology at the University of California, Los Angeles from 1959 to 1988. And later on, he moved to the University of Colorado and served there until his death. If you look at an illustrious journey, a wonderful journey of William Bright as a scholar, as an author, as a field worker, and as a descriptive linguist, it is pioneering and inspiring. Bright was an authority on the native languages and cultures of California. He is known for his work on Karuk, a Native American language from northwestern California. He conducted his study of the language under the project The Survey of California and other Indian languages. He was honored with an honorary membership of the Karuk tribe and became the first outsider to be so. And this recognition was an acknowledgement of his immense work and his instrumentality in revitalizing and preserving, documenting Karuk language. Bright's work turned instrumental in documenting and preserving Karuk language, which led to its revival. He continued his research on the Native American languages such as Nahuatl, Kakshikil, Louisiano, Ute, Vishram, and Europe. He worked on other South Asian languages with a specific reference to Dravidian languages like Kannada, Tamil, and Tulu. And he also worked on Lushai, a language in one of the northeastern states of India called Mizoram. Lushai is the name of the language spoken by a dominant clan, Dulian, and it is known as a generic name called Mizo, name of the language. Incidentally, I also happen to work on Mizo. So, William Wright worked on the Native American languages in and around California, on the language, culture, and society of these tribes, and also extended his work to South Asian languages, among which Dravidian languages like Tamil, uh, Kannada, and Tulu, and one Tibeto-Burman language in India that is called Lushai. A generic name is Mejo. His typonymic works and contributions to knowledge about native place names and their linguistic importance for tribes and California bands is of great importance. So, he has been basically a field worker working in the field with community and a very great descriptive linguist and anthropologist in that right. He was an editor of Language, the Journal of Linguistic Society of America from 1966 to 1988, one of the longest serving editors of the journal, which is one of the prestigious journals of the world. He served as the editor of Language in Society from 1993 to 1999. He was the founding editor of the Written Language and Literacy from 1997 to 2003, and he was elected president of the Linguistic Society of America in 1989. And if you look at the kind of work, research and publications he carried out during his career, it's very descriptive in nature. And apart from Karuk language, he has worked on a number of other Native American languages in California and around California. He is a prolific writer, an author, researcher, and a wonderful gifted teacher. Though he contributed a lot to the field with his masterclass works, this list on Bright, lists a few selected but not exhaustive works done by him in his career. Native American place names of the United States, published in 2004. 1500 California place names, their origins and meaning, published in 1998. The World's Writing System, co-edited with Peter T. Daniels, Oxford University Press, 1996. A Coyote Reader, University of California publication, 1993. Then International Encyclopedia of Linguistics, he was the editor of that, published by Oxford University Press, 1992. All these publications remain a rich source and a primary source of information in this field. Publications like Language Variation in South Asia, very important publication. Work like American Indian Linguistics and Literature, published by Muthan in 1984. And Discover Tongues, Poems by Linguists, a very amusing publication which came out in 1984. Discover Tongues, then Haiku Journey, the North Coast, published in 1983. Bibliography of Languages of Native California, including closely related languages of adjacent areas, published in 1982. Another important publications which are worth mentioning here in the list are Studies in California Linguistics, 1964, Sociolinguistics, 1966, Kyoto Stories, 1978, The collected works of Edward Sapir, American Indian Languages, Volume 5, Part 1 and Volume 7, published in 1990, and Volume 10 in 1992. The International Encyclopedia of Linguistics, 1992. The series Oxford Studies in Anthropological Linguistics. He was also involved in preparing careful editions of his own writings with Anvadel, and writings like Variation and Change in Language, essays by William Bright in 1976, American Indian Linguistics and Literature, published in 1984, Language Variation in South Asia, published in 1990, and with Peter D. Daniels, The World's Writing Systems, published in 1996, Native American Place Names of the United States, published in 2004. And the most important statement, the most powerful statement I get from Joel Scherzer, who published an obituary in memoriam William Bright, published in Language in Society, Volume 36, Issue 2, April 2007, and it was published online by Cambridge University Press on 19th March 2007. I quote from there. This talks about his love for editing, and he himself reveals his keen interest and love for editing. He remained editor. He continued being editor of two different journals, Language and Society and Language of American Linguistic Society of America. That for 22 years and 6 years of the other journal, 28 years of editing experience, and immense contribution to the publication of research works in linguistics. And he himself recalls, I quote from that memoriam, I want finally to say a few words about the editorial work which in the past 10 years has occupied so much of my attention. I enjoy this job. It puts me in touch with linguists of every type in every part of the world. It keeps me abreast with the most stimulating new developments in linguistic thought. It gives me a satisfaction of helping my colleagues to disseminate their ideas in widely readable form. And it lets me have the great fun of dealing with types and printing and publication. Whatever contributions I may have made to linguistics through teaching and research, I take a special pleasure in what I am able to contribute as an editor, and hope that the history of our field will show my efforts to have been useful. This was published in Anvadil edited volume 1976, Variation and Change in Languages, essays by William Bright. So William Bright, as a scholar, as an author, as an editor, remains to be inspiring and pioneering in the field. He was the one who created a groundwork for emergence of the discipline called sociolinguistics. He is an authority on native Indian languages of California and around places. He worked authoritatively on Tamil, Kannada and Tulu, and one language called Lushai in South Asian languages. His contribution as an editor in shaping the Journal of Linguistic Society of America, language, is commendable. Language is considered one of the greatest and most influential journals in the field. He remained editor for 22 years. Language in Society, a very reputed journal, he remained an editor for 6 years. The encyclopedia, dictionaries, monographs, reference materials and analytical research that he published and brought out on Native American Indian languages is seminal, and anyone who works in the area starts from that, and his work becomes a reference point of starting work in this area. Karuk is the language he helped in revitalize and reclaim that, and he was given honorary membership to the tribe. He was the first outsider to be given membership of the tribe. So that was an acknowledgement of his immense contribution and instrumentality, and he remains one of the founding fathers of sociolinguistics beyond doubt. His work included such endeavors as grammatical description, dictionary making, historical linguistics, including aerial typological approaches, sociolinguistics and language and culture, ethnopoetics, writing systems, and so on. He was extremely committed to the study of endangered languages and literatures, and his work on Native American languages in and around California is the testimony of this. A first script to William Wright, which was published by three of his students, Hill, Mystery, and Campbell, in 1997 by Mouton, titled as The Life of Language Papers in Linguistics in honor of William Wright. This first script documents and demonstrates the range and variety of his interests as well as many people he has influenced. The career and academic journey of William Wright as a scholar, as a gifted teacher, and as an accomplished editor is inspiring, and he remains one of the greatest scholars and the major contributors in sociolinguistics, and his contribution give a definite shape to a newly emerged discipline called sociolinguistics. So this is it for now. We will meet with other pioneers in the field in our next class, and Aina Eugene for that matter, Susan Irwin Tripp for that matter, Ellen Grimshaw, people like him. So we'll talk about all these people in our forthcoming next classes. This is it for now. Thank you.